So Ravens flock, we got week 3 coming up in a couple of hours. And even though we didn't expect to be here this early in the season, this is do or die. It's all or nothing. Everything's on the table. Everything's on the line. It's now or never. You get it. We got to win this game. This is a must-win game versus the Dallas Cowboys. All the people that are saying that they're not panicking and they're saying that their panic level is on a 4 out of 10 or a 5 out of 10, this is all cap. They're absolutely panicking whether they want to admit it or not. They would have to be out of their mind to not be panicking right now. Only 20% of teams that go 0-2 to start the season make the playoffs. And if we go 0-3, the chances become even worse because at that point, only 2% of teams who go 0-3 actually make the playoffs. So we need to get it now. We need to panic now. Panicking doesn't mean you lost faith. You know, a lot of people they're saying that, oh man, we're quitters and we're this and that. No, I think we still could win. I think even with John Harbaugh being a major liability, we still can win in spite of him and go far enough. And I think we have to win this game, and I think we stand a good chance to. But we still, there's nothing wrong with panicking right now. You don't want to wait till it's too late to panic because let's say unfortunately we lost this game. Then those same people are going to start to panic, but by then it's too late. You need to panic early. That way you could avoid get reaching the point of no return because again if we go 0-3 the season's over. I said this last week. If we lose again the season's over. There's no point of panicking at 0-3 because by then dude you might as well just start looking at who's coming out of the draft next year. But I still think this is a very winnable game. Obviously, I thought this before the season started. I still feel this way. We can't take the Cowboys lightly. Obviously, they're still a good team. They're also in a they're not in as desperate a situation as we are, but this is still a must-win situation for them. They just got blown out by the Saints, so they want to bounce back. The Saints broke their winning streak at home. We're going to Dallas to play them in their home, so they don't want to lose 2 in a row. But we gotta, put everything on the line and get out of there with the win to get our season back on track. As far as their running attack, they don't really have much of a running attack. Zeke is past his prime. I forgot the name of the other running backs, but neither one of the other running backs are really off to the best start. While on the flip side, we have one of the best, if not the best, run defense in football. So I am expecting us to be able to shut that down relatively easy. Our secondary is struggling, which it's too talented to be struggling, but for whatever reason, they've been getting off to a weird start. It might be on Zach Orr because he's a rookie defensive coordinator. We've seen a similar thing with Mike McDonald when he first came in the league, or well, when he first became the defensive coordinator 2 years ago, where we just were getting lit up like in the secondary. So hopefully we can start to like turn the ship on that. We can't completely stop CeeDee Lamb, but at least be able to slow him down as much as possible. As far as their offensive line, they have 2 rookies on their offensive line. Their starting center and their starting left tackle. I'm expecting us to take full advantage of that because our defensive line so far this season has been one of the highlights so far this year. Odafe always off to a great start. Travis Jones is looking great. Even Calvin Noy, even though he's like 100 years old, he's still putting up. He's still getting sacks and still looking impressive. So I'm expecting them to really go off against this offensive line that the Cowboys have. I'm expecting Matabike and Travis Jones to give that center serious problems. I'm expecting Owe and Ojabo, Calvin, or whoever. I'm expecting them to give that left tackle some serious problems. So we gotta wait to see if they actually live up to those expectations. As far as their defense and our offense, they're missing Deron Bland on defense this game, so he's not going to be playing. We have to pay attention to wherever Micah Parsons is on the field. Obviously, we got to try to stop him at all cost. I'm sure that the Cowboys looked at our team's film and saw that if they go to the right guard spot, especially if Falele is still in the game, they're gonna abuse us over there. But again, we'll see if he's even in the game. But we have to keep an eye on Micah Parsons, regardless of who's on the starting lineup. Same thing with Demarcus Lawrence. We can't sleep on him as well. And Harbaugh has recently, and I meant to do a video on this, but I didn't get a chance to. But Harbaugh recently backtracked on his comments on the offensive line because he took some serious shots at Ben Cleveland for whatever reason. Again, I don't know why John has such a personal issue because it's clearly a personal issue. He has such a personal issue with Ben Cleveland, and he's refusing to start him, even if it means sabotaging the whole team. He tried to say that if you look at the film, Falele beat Ben Cleveland flat out, which is completely gaslighting to the fan base. Like he's gaslighting the fan base, trying to tell them that go look at the tape when everybody who's looked at the tape in the Ravens flock is saying no, Cleveland looks far better. Recently, John has kind of backtracked on that a bit and said that there may be some change in the offensive line this coming game, which to me, I'm assuming that in order for somebody as stubborn and hard headed as John to, to switch his perspective on this, Steve Bisciotti himself probably tapped him on the shoulder and told him that his job is on the line. And he probably just realized, hey, let's have a change of heart with this. So I'm interested to see what change John is like alluding to. Is it gonna be Makari moved to the right guard spot and Roger Rosengarten becoming a full time starter at right tackle? Is it gonna be Roger Rosengarten becoming the full time right tackle? The full time starter at right tackle and Ben Cleveland being moved to right guard. I'm very interested to see kind of what happens there because that's really the only issue on this O line. Really, for the most part, is really just the right side and really it's just Lele for the most part. Now Rosengarten's obviously a rookie, but we all saw him in real time against the Raiders last week be able to start to really take strides and get better and better against Max Crosby of all people. So I think we all have a lot of optimism on that front. I'm expecting us to run the ball a lot. The Cowboys don't defend the run very well, so I'm expecting Derrick Henry and Justice Hill to have a good game. I'm expecting Derrick Henry to get around 20 to 22 carries. We'll see though. And also, I hope we're less predictable because over the past 2 weeks, it's been so obvious whenever we're gonna run or pass. Because whenever they put Henry in, we run. Whenever they put Justice Hill in, we pass. I hope they switch that up a bit and actually give Justice Hill more opportunities to carry the ball a bit more. Give Derrick Henry more opportunities to be in some passing plays and at least give him a shot to make a play like he did. I believe it was just a week ago against the Raiders. He did make get a catch and actually looked good once he got to that second level. Like so I'm expecting a much more efficient game offensively. But again, we'll see. We all saw that the Saints gave the not the Ravens, the Cowboys some serious problems with play action. So I'm assuming we're gonna go into that with the same plan. But we're gonna find out in a couple hours. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below, and let me know, do you think we're gonna win this game or do you think we're going 0-3?